lesbian detectives, unsolved cases. She's still missing. Yeah, they haven't found her yet. Well, let's talk about it.
They say he vanished without a trace. Could it be a psychotic break or a tragic accident? Police don't know where the body went. Unsolved murders, body still missing. That's unheard. Where's the witness? Lesbian detectives, what's going on? City on high alert, this out the norm. He did what, the who? Man, that ain't real, these crimes ain't true. Then come uncover these theories with us. We live right now, tuning in is a must.
Live right now. Lesbian detective. Lesbian detective. We about to start the show, so get your popcorn ready to go. Pay attention to the message I present to you, the lesbian detectives.
This is Lesbian Detectives. I'm Sierra.
And I'm Elizabeth.
And we are here talking about missing and unsolved murders.
We are discussing cases that you have forgotten about or never even heard of.
So sit back, relax, and let's start this podcast. Welcome back, everybody. So we have a couple things to say. If you watching on YouTube, you see that my wife is kind of not herself, and she has a little rash on her face.
A little.
Okay, a lot.
My whole face.
Her whole face. So she had an allergic reaction to this oil she was using. But guys, she knows about it. She got it checked out. She's getting better. So, yay.
I got a shot in the butt.
Guys, I have got like 2 shots in the butt, or 3. And another thing, this case is a small case. There's not a lot of information out about this case. And I already know my wife's going to say at the end, if we had more information. We don't. This case is just small, and you can tell the police really didn't care. And you ask Sierra, why did you choose this case? I saw her daughters. I was going on my YouTube page, and her daughters was actually giving an interview about their mom, and their story just touched something in my heart. And I have to do their mother case. But my favorite line of the day, let's get into the episode. It was a quiet night in a city that never truly sleeps. The street lights flicker over empty sidewalks, and the hum of the distant traffic whispered through the stillness. Somewhere behind closed doors, a life was unfolding, ordinary in every way, filled with routines, small comforts, and the quiet hope that tomorrow will be better than today. Then, suddenly, the ordinary life broke down. Voices rose and fell in the darkness, sharp, urgent, desperate, a struggle but intense, echoing through the walls. They had only ever heard laughter, conversation, and the low murmur of the neighbors settling in for the night. Hours passed, and the city exhaled into the night. The silence returned, but the calm was fragile, hiding a nightmare that no one could yet see. At the first light of dawn began to creep across the rooftops, a sound cut through the quiet, the soft sound of a baby cry. Piercing, a tiny voice reaching out from a world suddenly turned upside down. A door, usually locked and secure, stood slightly ajar, an invitation or a warning. In that small ordinary apartment, nightmare was discovered. A life had been taken, leaving behind unanswered questions and a mystery that will linger for decades. This is the story of that night. A story of loss, of innocent shatter, and of the search of the truth that refused to end. The kind of story that makes you wonder, how well do you really know the people around us? How safe are the walls trust to protect us? And what happened when the world we rely on suddenly betrayed us in the worst possible way? This is the case of Nicole Molly Aguilera. Nicole Molly Aguilera was 18 years old, born May 14, 1972 in Phoenix, Arizona. She was a young mother raising 2 daughters in a modest apartment near 3rd Avenue and Buckeye Road. Vanessa, her 3-year-old, lived with her grandmother, while her 5-month-old Raina stayed with Nicole. Nicole worked tirelessly to provide for her children. She locked her doors at night, keeping a watchful eye over her home. She was cautious, protective, and determined. But on the early morning of January 17, 1991, that would not be enough. Neighbors later report hearing raised voices from Nicole's apartment in the early hours. It sounded like an argument, loud, angry. Some shrugged it off. Some assumed it was nothing unusual. Hours passed and the city of Phoenix slept, unaware that something was unfolding behind a closed door. By morning, a baby cry pierced the quiet. A neighbor went over to check on Nicole, only to find her back door partially open. That detail alone sent a chill down their spine. Nicole was careful. She always locked her doors. The front door remained deadbolt. Something was wrong. When they stepped inside, the scene was unlike anything anyone could have prepared for. Nicole lay in a pool of blood, her body showing signs of a struggle. She had been stabbed more than 90 times. The majority of the wounds concentrated in her face and neck. The brutality was staggering. Overkill, so extreme that even the experienced detectives describe it as shocking.
Detective Dominic Rostenberg, who would later review the case, said, "It's hard to imagine stabbing somebody, but the fact that you can stab somebody repeatedly over 90 times, especially in their face and neck, just takes it to another level. Nothing had been stolen. There were no signs of forced entry. All evidence pointed to a single, terrifying conclusion. Nicole may have known her attacker. She may have let them in." In the next room, Raina cried in her crib, untouched by the violence. Vanessa, living with her grandmother that night, was safe from the immediate horror. But the loss of her mother would follow her throughout her childhood, shaping every moment of her life. Vanessa remembers the shock, the incomprehensible news that her mother was gone. "They told me my mom was in the casket," she recalled. "I just remember crying and trying to, put my hand out." Raina, now grown, has only fragments of memory from that night. "The only thing that I know is that somebody heard me crying, and then they came in and got me," she says. "Sometimes I remember, but then, I don't know. It could just be my imagination." Despite the preservation of evidence and the careful work of investigators, leads were scarce. Witnesses had only heard the argument. No one saw anyone enter or leave. The case slowly went cold. Decades later, Phoenix police had renewed focus on cold case homicides, hot desert cold cases. Through social media and videos, the department shines a spotlight on unsolved murders, hoping someone, somewhere, will remember something. Silent witnesses had also raised the reward to $5,000 for information leading to arrest in the first 4 cold cases, including Nicole's. Vanessa and Raina are now both grown now, wives, mothers themselves, but nothing replaces the moment stolen from them by their mother's death. "We were robbed of a childhood," Vanessa said. "It really affected us because a mom is something we still, to this day, need, and we don't have it." Nicole Molly Aguilera's murder remains unsolved. Her daughter survived. Her older daughter, living with her grandmother, grew up without her mother's guidance and love. 30 years later, the question remains: who came into the apartment that night? Why was the back of the door left ajar? Was it someone she trusted? Was it someone she knew intimately? The answers are still out there, the evidence is preserved, and hope remains that one day justice will be served. Until then, the story of Nicole Molly Aguilera remains a haunting mystery. A life stolen violently, a family left behind, and a city still searching for answers. Before we end this case, we pause to remember Nicole Molly Aguilera, a young mother only 18, whose life was stolen far too soon. She was more than a victim. She was a daughter, a friend, a mother who fought to protect her little girls, to give them a life filled with love and safety. Vanessa and Reina grew up without her. They missed birthdays, bedtime stories, and quiet moments that most children take for granted. They carry her absence every day, a hole in their lives, and nothing can fill. Yet they also carry her courage, her love, and the memory of a woman who tried with all her heart to take care of them. This case remains unsolved, but remembering Nicole, speaking her name, honoring her life, and keeping the story alive is part of the fight for justice. It is a reminder that even decades later, we are still listening, still searching, and still hoping that one day someone will step forward and the truth will finally be revealed. Nicole's daughter have grown, they have families of their own, but they will never stop longing for the mother who was taken from them. And as long as her story is told, her memory endures. A life gone too soon, but never forgotten. So if you know something, if you remember anything, no detail is too small, speak up. Because even after 30 years, justice is still possible, and Nicole Molly Aguilera deserves nothing less. This is the case of Nicole Molly Aguilera. Now let's get into some theories.
Theories.
Let's get into some theories. Let's get into some theories. Everyone is a suspect until proven guilty. Let's get into some theories. Lesbian detectives. What type of thoughts you thinking? What theories running through your mind? I'm thinking all types of suspicion. Uncover the truth, what we can find. Witness say they saw somebody creeping out the back door. What you think they did it for? That's so crazy, I'm not sure. They found a car, where could she be? Here go another puzzle piece. Researching through your history. It's plenty unsolved mysteries. Everyone is a suspect until proven guilty. Let's get into some theories, yeah. Let's get into some theories. Let's get into some theories. Everyone is a suspect until proven guilty. Let's get into some theories. Lesbian detectives.
You or me?
Good.
So I'm gonna say something kind of out there. I think it's a woman.
A woman.
I don't know. When they say neck and face as a woman, I'm thinking of jealousy. I'm thinking of like the girl that unalived Nicole probably was mad that Nicole was like talking to her man and she stabbed her in the face in the neck because like, oh, like you think you pretty, you think you all that, like trying to make her ugly. That's what my mind go to. And also 90 times, that lady was mad to me. She was jealous. She was like, you stole my man. I'm not saying Nicole took her man or anything, but I'm thinking as a woman. I'm saying like when women get mad and they jealous, they can be a little evil sometimes. Not all women, but some. So I really think it's a woman. I don't know. It's just the neck and the face to me. But to me, I don't know, guys. I'm getting a woman vibe. I'm not getting a man vibe. And over 90 times, to me, if it was a man, you would saw like a knife broken. Like you would see something because men have so much power. So for like, I don't know if the police can look back and say, hey, like, was the knife broken? Because they would see like a broken piece of knife inside of her. But to me, I don't know. I'm getting more of a woman vibe a little bit. I don't know. I think it's jealousy. And for the face and the neck, that's like a woman crown. Like that's her signature. For you to style me there, that means you hate me. You want me to look disgusting. You don't want me to look like myself no more. You're jealous of me. I probably took your man or your man probably want me. And then we also got to remember, Nicole was just 18. They're still like a teenager. She's not like really fully adult yet. So she still probably have like teenage fights with people her age. You know, she just graduated high school. So it's a lot that she still probably deal with. I don't know, guys. I think it's a woman.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I believe that her death was because she was romantically in love with somebody. I do not believe it was the father of her children because they never came back and claimed any of the kids. I don't even know if they had a relationship with her or the kids. You know, Like you said, I wish I did have more information. But in the beginning, I was thinking it could have been a man, somebody that was trying to get with her and she wasn't responding or wanting him that way. Maybe it starts off as a friendship and then, they want something more and they just don't know how to handle rejection. So that was my first initial thought, that it could have been somebody that she rejected. But it also makes sense that it is somebody that, a woman that maybe didn't want to share her man or wants to claim something that's not there. That makes sense. I mean, that's the only reason that I would see why somebody would want to like hurt her. Unless she had other enemies. I don't believe she was like involved with any kind of gangs or illegal activity. I don't know how she was making her money either. So I'm going to stick with maybe romantically, somebody wanted her or didn't want her, or she was in the way. And that's probably why, they unalived her, which is not fair. You can't just take somebody's life like that. You can't make someone love you by taking someone else out or vice versa. So yeah, that's pretty much my theory.
And I think also the door, her front door was locked. Like, for that to happen, and the police says she had to know that person. Because she like, oh, like we in for the night. Like my girl. Like, I would do that for a lover or for my bestie come. My bestie come home and like, oh, girl, lock the door. We finna chill. Her daughter was in her bed sleeping. So that means that she had adult time. And to me, I'm kind of glad that the 3-year-old Vanessa wasn't there. Because she could have been unalive too. Because she probably could have told the police who was there with her mom. Like, our 3-year-old would be like, like, she probably would have said it, but we don't know. Like, she's 3.
Well, that's the thing. Was she expecting company?
Yeah. We don't know.
And I know too, like a lot of people use their back door, say if they have like a garage or an alley. A lot of people just use their back door, instead of their front door. It just depends on how her apartment or townhouse, or her home was structured.
Because the neighbors did go to her back door. They didn't go to her front door. They went inside the back door. I mean, they could have went to the front door, like try to like open it, but in the reports it said they went to the back door.
And then the neighbors, were they used to hearing all that ruckus, or were they just like, oh, we're not gonna get involved?
I think it's they don't want to get involved. I think a lot of people are like that. Like, they just hear arguments and shine like, you know what? That's their business. I don't want to get involved, Like, sometimes I do, like, our houses are far away, but sometimes, like, I'm in a garage or I'm in the backyard, I do hear our neighbors arguing. But I be like, you know what? That's their business. Like, I don't want to get in their business. So I can understand that, like, hey, like, you don't want to get in somebody, you don't want to get in grown folks' business, basically. But I'm on a woman, and what are you on?
I'm either woman or somebody that she didn't want to be with romantically.
I just think it was somebody she trusted. Point blank simple. It was somebody she trusted. They came in. I feel like it was an argument. Like, that's what I hear, the argument. And I wonder, like, I wish we know this fact. Was it the knife inside her house, or did they bring it? I feel like it was a knife inside her house. I don't feel like somebody just brought a knife. I do think that. I think the person came to talk to her, but the conversation didn't go as they wanted to. And that's one thing that always scares me. It's like when somebody try to come to my house, which it has never happened. God, thank you. But I'm glad, like, that's a fear of mine. Like, somebody come in your house and you get into an argument and you unalive because they didn't agree with what you were saying, or they didn't win the argument, so they unalive you. That's always a fear of mine. Let us know, what do you guys think? Do you think it was a man or a woman? My wife said she thinks it's a man or a woman for different reason. I'm mostly on a woman. So please let us know. And if you know
Or it could have been a woman that liked her.
Ooh, okay, lesbians.
And she didn't see it that way.
I mean, okay. So 3 different theories. It was a woman that had a crush on her, and my wife was. It was a man that had a crush on her. She better get it. Or it could have been the third one, that the girl was jealous that Nicole was dating somebody, or that somebody was liking Nicole and the girl was jealous. I'm going with number 3. My wife going with number 2 and 1.
I'm going with all of them.
All of them. You know what? Like we always say, anybody could be a suspect. So we putting everything out there because that's how our theories are, guys. We're going to throw so many things out there until something stick and something stick and the case be solved. So we never know. Well, this is Lesbian Detectives. Don't forget, we are on all podcast platforms, YouTube, social media. So please come check us out. Like, comment, subscribe. If you follow us on our social media, any of our social media, please, guys, if you see this episode out there, please comment under and tell me what you think. If you shy, email me. I don't care. I answer. It probably take me a minute, but I will answer. This is Lesbian Detectives. Don't forget, everybody's a suspect.
So proven innocent.
Bye.
Lesbian detectives. Unsolved cases. She's still missing. Yeah, they haven't found her yet. Well, let's talk about it.
They say he vanished without a trace. Could it be a psychotic break or a tragic accident? Police don't know where the body went. Unsolved murders, body still missing. That's unheard. Where's the witness? Lesbian detectives, what's going on? City on high alert, this out the norm. He did what, the who? Man, that ain't real, these crimes ain't true. Then come uncover these theories with us. We live right now, tuning in is a must.
Right now, lesbian detective. Lesbian detective. We about to start the show, so get your popcorn ready to go. Pay attention to the message I present to you, the Lesbian Detectives.